Welcome to the playground of potential. I'm Matt the Poet, and this is my playground. Today, I'd like to talk about sovereignty and how to regain our sovereignty, particularly over our mind. Now, Bob Marley, one of these beautiful ambassadors of love, has this amazing song, Redemption Song. And if you've never heard it, it has this particular line or lines: emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. So I guess the first question becomes, who or what is enslaving our mind? And while it didn't exist during Bob's time, the first thing that comes to mind is certainly the algorithm. It is psychologically tuned to gain as much of your attention as possible. It's a tool. It's neither good or bad, but it is meant to grab your attention. And the negative repercussions of this, the enslavement of this, comes with its efficiency and the fact that attention itself is the aim of our energy. In Taoist concepts, we have this idea that qi follows yi, yi being attention, qi being energy. So energy follows our attention. So where our attention goes, our energy goes, and with that, that's the creative force that brings everything into being. All that we wish to create requires that focus and attention. And if it's being siphoned by the algorithm, by our cell phone, by social media, all of these things are vying for our attention and our energy. So with that, we have to emancipate our minds. Now, another huge concept, and this one definitely was around during Bob's time because it's a universal human concept, and that is that our unconscious impulses are also enslaving us. Now, let me clarify. Carl Jung has this amazing quote, and probably his most famous quote, and it's that until we make the unconscious conscious, it will direct our lives, and we will call it fate. So what does this mean? Essentially, as a part of our human programming, our structural consciousness, we have this unconscious layer of our being that is prominent. It's a good 90% of our mind is unconscious. And with that, we can go through our day just flowing through the unconscious patterns and programs that we've built since we were a child, and in part, that's how it makes things easy, right? The well-traveled path is an easy path to travel. And with that, we can get in these ruts of thoughts and ways of being. And that's a form of enslavement, because if we're stuck in a rut, then we literally are bound to it. We can't free ourselves from it. So then comes the question, how do we free our mind? How do we bring ourselves into conscious sovereignty over our own mind? And one of the greatest tools that I've found is meditation. And meditation has so many gifts that come with it. But in particular, it gives us the ability, by strengthening our attention, meditation is all about attention, where we place our attention. Now, let me demystify meditation real quickly. While there are deep mystic roots within meditation, and transcendent places we can go with it, at its very core, meditation is a practice of attention and awareness, where we place our attention and awareness. In some of the most basic forms, it's placing our attention and awareness on the breath, or on a mantra that we repeat over and over again. And this clears the mind of its clutter, right? It's sending all of our conscious awareness, that sort of tip of the iceberg of our mind, towards one focal point. It could be a candle flame, breath, like I said, mantra. All of these are places that we can place our attention. And eventually we can place our attention anywhere and make it a meditation, such as a walking meditation, or running, bicycling, doing the dishes. Anywhere we are placing conscious intent on our focus and awareness. That is what meditation is. So a lot of people associate meditation with Eastern philosophy or Eastern religion, and the truth is that we all have access to this, and that this is not actually something in defiance of, say, the Christian faith or the Muslim faith or Jewish faith. In fact, mystics within each of these religions utilize meditation to gain greater awareness of God. That's one of those transcendent aspects of meditation, where it can bring us closer to God. Whereas praying is speaking to God, meditation would be listening to God, being in the silence of our mind so that God may speak through us. With that, the transcendent aspect of it is beautiful, but what it can give us in regards to everyday life is equally as powerful and meaningful to the practice itself. So first off, one amazing thing that meditation can give you is response versus reaction. So what do I mean by that? Oftentimes, we react unconsciously to the stimuli that happen to us. Someone triggers a wound from our past and we instantly fly off the handle, and we don't even know why, right? These are the unconsciously bound ruts that we can find ourselves in. Whereas meditation over time develops the ability to create distance from our observer self, our ability to see our own thoughts and be with our thoughts, to our reaction to them. And that distance in time, as it grows, gives us the ability to respond rather than react. In other words, it gives us the time to, even if it's just an instant, just to reflect on how we want to respond to whatever stimuli is coming our way, rather than being outside of our own control and reacting to the thing. Alongside this, it obviously gives us witness to our unconscious motives. So I have a meditation on YouTube right now that I call Who's at the Table. And this particular meditation, while focusing on the breath, is also focusing on our thoughts and attributing sort of the unconscious layers of our being as different characters within the multitude that we are, right? Walt Whitman says, I contain multitudes. And with that, we all do. The truth is, we have so many archetypal energies that are existing within us, and they make up who we are. And it doesn't mean we have multiple personalities in the sort of clinical sense, but multiple aspects of that make us up, right? We have different roles that we play, different ways that we show up in different times, and just simply different aspects of the sort of infinite expression that makes up who we are. And this particular meditation is designed to make those unconscious archetypal energies conscious, right? By placing conscious awareness, conscious attention onto it. So in that, we are fulfilling the sort of prescription that Carl Jung has for us, which is to make the unconscious conscious. And then finally, nervous system regulation. Meditation is all about finding a place of stillness. And within stillness, we can relax into our being. We can finally be in peace, that inner peace that we all see in all of the movies centered around the monk, the meditator, the one in the cave, the one on top of the mountain, right? They are seeking inner peace. And as we know ourselves more deeply on the inner levels, that can free us and give us that peace that we seek. And in chaotic times such as these, there is no greater gift than you can give yourself than peace. In times of war, we have to anchor in peace as an act of rebellion. Now, meditation has all of these beautiful aspects to it. And I invite you to explore this. And as part of this invitation, I will be hosting a class, a weekly class on Mondays at 5:30 Mountain Standard Time. And with that, it'll be a class on beginner's meditation. It's meant to be very accessible, very open to all people, if you just simply are curious about meditation, this is the perfect place to come in with, just a welcoming environment. And with that, it's only going to be 30 minutes long. So it's doesn't cost a lot of your time or energy, but it can actually give a great deal to your life by giving you no excuse not to meditate, right? Even if it's just this one time a week, it can open up an experience of meditation that you can try out, and with that, explore the concept, right? Because what I know to be true is that it's rich with potential benefits, and just the few that I named in the video are just a few of many. So I highly encourage you to join me on Mondays, 5:30 Mountain Standard Time. Adjust for your own time. And you can sign up for that class on my website, playgroundofpotential.com. I also do one-on-one sessions. You can sign up there for those. But I really hope that this gives you an idea of how to free your mind from the mental slavery of these times. And if it did, Please let me know in the comments down below your relationship to meditation. Are you afraid of meditation? Are you an avid meditator? Yeah, I want to know. So I look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Until then, peace.